No, I seem to remember it all vividly. Obviously, the big races I did particularly, but it was an amazing time to be at Porsche. And I realized how lucky I was. I mean, you know, there were a lot of damn good drivers out there. So it could have been any of them, but I think I just happened to be around at the right time, and I was British. And John Wyer, way back with the 917, wanted, you know, a British driver because he had Brian Redman. And Brian decided he was going to rush off back to South Africa and live and relax and retire, which of course he didn't do at all. And but I got his drive, which was wonderful. And you know, to meet John Wyer and to get the opportunity to drive with him was pretty special, because in fact he had asked me in '68, when I was still in Formula 2, or actually had just joined Ferrari in Formula 2 and Formula 1. And he asked if I would do Le Mans, which was that year in September because of the student riots in Paris in June or July. So, and of course, strange enough, after my test drive at Thruxton, Mr. Ferrari contacted me and said, "Honour your contract, signed Ferrari." I thought, okay. I had no idea whatsoever, of course, that that you know, Ford were trying to negotiate to purchase Ferrari. So I didn't realise all the politics. So it wasn't a very bright move of mine. Surprised that I even was allowed to race ever again for the team. But so 2 years later, of course, I got the opportunity then, having sort of shown I was moderately okay at sports cars, because Why hadn't seen me at all in '68 drive sports cars. And of course I had a couple of drives at Spa and Le Mans in the works team, Ferrari. And so, you know, John Wyer said, "Hey, why don't you come back, or come to us now and drive the 917 in 1971. That's how it started.
Yeah, and that's where the book starts, with that 71 season. How was the 917, and how was it driving with people like, when Joe Siffert was your regular co-driver? How did you get on with Joe?
Well, I got on very well with everybody because I was the new boy on the block, and believe me, you know, I'd only 2 years before joined Formula 1, or 3 years before, and here I was suddenly in the greatest sports car team in the world with the greatest cars, and every driver in the world would have jumped at the chance to have driven the John Wyer Porsche 917. Anybody would have wanted to jump at it. So when I got the opportunity to actually join the team, I went there with my mouth wide open going, my goodness, is this really happening to me? And you know, I was like a kid at school, because John Wyer was like a headmaster, and he treated us like that. It was tremendous. And you know, I obviously was driving with great people like Joe Siffert and Pedro Rodriguez and Jackie Oliver, who was almost as green as I was in the other car. So it was, you know, I learned so much from those guys, but was very respectful. And I think I've always been in awe of drivers that have achieved a lot around me or ahead of me. And they were there. I mean, Pedro and Joe were the fastest guys that probably were in sports car at that through that era. And you know, I had to go out and sort of try and compare lap times with them. And I have to say I didn't at the beginning. And I remember I used to watch them go around the banking at Daytona and go, they didn't lift off around there. I'm sure I've been hitching the brakes, that sort of thing. So I learned very, very quickly. And you know, very quickly I got into being quick with the team, I think. Well, I had to, otherwise I'd have been out.